a poet visits High Point University for a pop-up experience. Plus, a shop in nearby Ashboro offers unique finds for crystal lovers, and the Blooming Board is a charcuterie lover's paradise. This and more up next on Newspoint.
Welcome to Newspoint. I'm Langston Stovall.
And I'm Thurman.
While most foxes can't talk, there's one out there turning heads and making rhymes.
The Poetry Fox offers students a unique and positive experience as he cranks out poems outside of studying cafeteria.
It's not just like trudging off to class. There's a poem, and also you get to stand in line and talk to friends and talk to whoever's behind you and hear other people's poems. And so I think it's just like, I think students like it because you don't feel alone, you feel together in an experience.
The costume can catch people off guard, but many are pleased once they receive their poem.
I think the costume changes people's expectations. Otherwise it would just be like a guy sitting there with a typewriter, which is kind of normal, but somebody in a fox suit, I think, makes it, makes people curious. They notice it. They want to come over and see what's going on. I think a lot of people might think that because I'm in a costume, it's sort of quirky or a novelty, and maybe it's not going to be a very good poem. So I think they're surprised when a meaningful poem comes out of the experience for them.
In fact, the Poetry Fox provides students and staff members with a memento that they can read to clear their heads and brighten up their days.
I love Poetry Fox, okay? It's just something about him being able to take a word and make an entire poem about it. Like today I had a whole scenario, but he was able to boil it down to what I needed for the poem.
This event shows the members of the HPU community the priceless elegance and importance of words.
It's the beautiful part about words that no matter what you say to someone, you can make something beautiful out of it, or you can get an expression of yourself with words. Like words literally have the means of being able to paint a picture.
The smiles seen in line show that a custom-made poem is worth the wait.
Yes, I would come back, and the wait was a little bit long for what it was, but however, I do still think it is worth it. You get a nice little poem, comes in this little thing, it's cutie.
Check out poetryfox.com for more information on how you can receive a novelty poem and special experience.
If you want to see more of the Poetry Fox, you can find them on Instagram at @thepoetryfox.
Allergy season is back with a vengeance. High Point University's campus is covered in trees, causing it to quickly become covered in pollen as spring rolls in. Reports from the National Health Interview Survey in 2021 suggest that approximately a quarter of U.S. adults suffer from seasonal allergies.
However, there are a few things people can do to combat their allergies this spring. People can have pollen on their body from being outside without realizing it. An easy solution is for people to wash their hands and face after going outside. The CDC also recommends checking the pollen levels in your area online. People can then limit their time outside when the pollen level is high. Last but not least, there are plenty of over-the-counter medicines to relieve symptoms. However, people should always consult their doctor before trying a new medication.
It is a difficult balance trying to enjoy the warm weather and staying away from the outdoor allergens.
Charcuterie and cocktails collide at the Blooming Board in High Point. It's a tasty twist drawing crowds, and we got all the details.
The Blooming Board is bringing a unique twist to charcuterie in downtown High Point, offering not just fresh food, but an interactive experience that brings people together.
The original business idea was to always take charcuterie into a retail space and kind of combine the overall experience for a gather, graze, and shop. Somewhere that you could gather with friends and family and colleagues, where you could graze on charcuterie in small bites, and then also shop around and enjoy drinks and shopping in downtown High Point. Getting out there, getting your brand, and then helping your neighbors. Really pouring into the community what it pours into you, I think, is really important.
That community spirit is at the heart of the Blooming Board's partnership with Nomad Wineworks, where charcuterie and wine pairings create a perfect match.
We host a lot of events here, whether they're like small gatherings or large gatherings, and a lot of times we need to direct some of the guests to a caterer for the event, and so Brandy's really close by and she does a really good job, so we've always kind of thrown the Blooming Board in the hat. They get the job specifically just because they do such a good job. I think a Blooming Board's attention to detail when they come and make these boards and tables and spreads, I think they really say a lot for the person hosting the event and the experience for guests. A lot of times it's just really impressive when you come in and see a spread of food and it's beautiful and everybody's kind of grazing and hanging out around it. So we just offer a gathering space, and then she kind of puts the icing on the cake by having some delicious food spread out.
With a passion for fresh, artistic presentation and community connection, the Blooming Board continues to grow through local partnerships, one charcuterie board at a time.
The Blooming Board opens at 11 a.m. from Tuesday to Sunday and is located at 142 Church Avenue.
Looking for a little magic in your life? A unique shop in Asheboro is drawing customers in with the power of crystals. Rihanna Rosenthal takes us inside the River Willow, a local business focusing on positive energy.
A woman-owned small business known for its display of eye-catching crystals and more is grabbing attention in Asheboro.
The River Willow, even if you read the sign outside, the afterthought is your spiritual haven. And that is very intentional because my biggest purpose for all of this was to have a space, even when it was just online, for people to be able to come and know that they were safe. Being in the South, it can be hard sometimes to find spaces where we don't feel judged. So I wanted a safe space where there was no judgment, regardless of your spiritual beliefs, your ethnicity, your background, your social status. I don't care, because we all need somewhere safe to go where we know that we're not being judged.
The River Willow offers a large selection of healing items, such as intention candles and dried herbs and flowers. Brittany noticed one particular section of the store had grown to be a customer favorite.
Definitely any type of jewelry. Most of the time it's bracelets, but also lots of necklaces. And I think that's just the sense of, you know, when we have the crystals, a lot of times people are like, oh, they're so beautiful. What do I do with it?
For those who fear losing their crystal, the store also sells necklaces where a crystal can be placed inside and vent clips for your car. Brittany's favorite crystal, called Labradorite, has a secret talent.
So many different variations of color as far as the flash goes. It looks very, very simple and gray. However, when you hold it under the light and you turn it in different angles, there's so many different colors. You can have some that are blues and golds and others that are pinks and purples and oranges. And I always tell my customers as well, like, you can always tell in the shop which stones are my favorite because there's always so much more of them than there are of the others. It's like I can't help myself. I get inventory in and I'm like, oh my gosh, I love it all so much. I want to take it home, but I can't. So I'm literally like a monkey trying to sell bananas over here.
For NewsPoint, I'm Rihanna Rosenthal.
You can visit the River Willow Tuesday through Saturday from noon to 6 p.m. at 1528 Zoo Parkway.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of NewsPoint. I'm Langston Stovall.
And I'm Tara Thurman. Straight to the Point is up next.